In societies worldwide, particularly in contexts where traditional gender roles still hold sway, the idea of a woman having her own independent finances is often framed through the lens of ambition or luxury. It's seen as a desire for power, a sign of being overly materialistic, or simply a means to afford personal indulgences. Yet, this perspective fundamentally misses the core, most critical reason why financial independence for women isn't just beneficial, but absolutely essential: safety. Having her own money isn't primarily about the pursuit of wealth or status. It's about building a fundamental foundation of security, autonomy, and the ability to navigate life's inevitable uncertainties with dignity and without fear. The journey of a woman through life is often marked by unique vulnerabilities that financial dependence can acutely exacerbate. From the subtle pressures of a controlling partner to the sudden shock of unexpected illness, job loss, or the daunting prospect of divorce, a lack of personal funds can turn minor challenges into insurmountable crises. This video will delve deep into why financial independence is paramount for a woman's safety, exploring its multifaceted impacts on her ability to make choices, protect herself, and ultimately live a life free from coercion and fear. The illusion of shared security. Many women are raised with the romantic ideal that in a partnership, finances are entirely ours. From a young age, women are often taught to believe in the beauty of merging everything in love, including money. The story goes like this: if two people truly love each other, there should be no separation, no yours or mine only, ours. It sounds poetic, safe, equal. And in the early glow of romance, many women internalize this ideal as a sign of deep commitment, thinking if we share everything, it means we trust each other. But over time, what begins as an act of closeness can quietly turn into a loss of self. In households where financial decisions are consolidated under one partner, often the man, the woman may find herself slowly losing access, authority, and autonomy without even realizing it. She starts asking before spending. She hesitates before making personal investments. She delays career decisions because they might disrupt the family plan. And before she knows it, she no longer moves freely in her own life. The shared finances that were supposed to symbolize equality instead become a mechanism of control, sometimes soft, sometimes harsh, but always restricting. In theory, shared money means shared dreams. But in practice, it can mean that one person holds the power to approve or deny every dream the other has. And when relationships break down, when divorce or separation looms, this imbalance becomes painfully visible. Divorce is not just an emotional rupture. For many women, it's a financial earthquake. In many countries, even those considered progressive, legal systems still fail to protect the partner who stepped back for the sake of family. Years of unpaid labor raising children, managing the home, supporting a partner's career are rarely compensated in a way that reflects their true value. Women often walk away with less, not because they contributed less, but because their contributions were never properly counted. And what happens then? Suddenly, she has no income, no savings, no plan B. She might not even have access to the very accounts she once helped manage. She's left scrambling to afford rent, basic necessities, legal counsel, or childcare, often while processing immense emotional grief. It's not just the end of a relationship, it feels like the erasure of years of her life's work. Some start over from zero. Others never recover financially. And all of it, tragically, could have been avoided had we been taught that financial independence within a relationship is not a betrayal. It is a safeguard. And then there's the silent epidemic no one wants to talk about: financial abuse. This is not about loud violence. It doesn't leave bruises, but it leaves scars that are just as deep. Financial abuse can look like being denied access to joint bank accounts, being given a fixed allowance with no transparency, having to ask for money to buy groceries, clothes, or hygiene products, having a career undermined or discouraged because you don't need to work, discovering your name was used to open debts you didn't know existed. It is subtle, insidious, and terrifying. Many women in abusive relationships don't leave not because they don't want to, but because they can't afford to. They stay because their partner controls every dollar, every option, every door out. This is not just about economics, it's about dignity. When a woman does not have access to her own money, her world becomes smaller, her choices are narrow, her future becomes less her own. And that is exactly how control thrives, not by taking away love, but by taking away the means to leave when love turns into harm. So the next time someone wonders why a woman insists on having her own income, her own bank account, her own credit history, don't ask if she's planning for divorce. Understand that she's planning for survival, for sovereignty, for a life where love is freely chosen, not economically enforced. Because the truth is stark. Many women don't stay because they're in love. They stay because they're trapped. And no partnership, no matter how beautiful it looks on the outside, should ever rely on one person's inability to leave. The unforeseen shocks. Life happens. Life is inherently unpredictable. No matter how stable a partnership or how secure a job, unexpected events can derail even the best laid plans. For women without independent financial resources, these shocks can turn into catastrophic personal disasters. Health crises or sudden illnesses can strike anyone at any time. If a woman is financially dependent and falls ill, her ability to seek timely medical care, choose her doctors, or afford necessary treatments might be entirely contingent on her partner's willingness and ability to pay. This loss of autonomy over her own health can be terrifying, making her feel like a burden or, worse, delaying critical care due to financial constraints. Having her own savings provides a crucial buffer, ensuring that her health decisions are made based on medical need, not financial dependency. Similarly, job loss or career setbacks can happen to anyone. Economic downturns, company restructurings, or even personal burnout can lead to unemployment. For a financially dependent woman, her partner's job loss means a complete collapse of her financial world too. If her own career has been sidelined or never fully developed due to childcare responsibilities or other factors, finding re-employment quickly might be a significant challenge. Having her own emergency fund or a career to fall back on provides crucial resilience during such turbulent times, allowing her to weather this storm without spiraling into destitution. The responsibility of raising children often falls disproportionately on women, even in supposedly egalitarian partnerships. This can mean career breaks, reduced working hours, or foregoing promotions to prioritize family needs. While admirable, these choices often come with a significant financial cost in terms of lost earning potential, missed retirement contributions, and a diminished professional network. Without independent savings, a woman might find herself financially vulnerable later in life, especially if her partner leaves or passes away, leaving her solely responsible for the financial burden of raising children and supporting herself with limited prior earning capacity. Finally, the death of a partner can plunge a financially dependent woman into an immediate and profound crisis. Beyond the emotional devastation, she may suddenly face the monumental task of navigating complex financial affairs, understanding investments she was never involved in, and dealing with estate planning, all while grieving and potentially lacking immediate access to funds if accounts were solely in her partner's name. Independent finances provide a crucial bridge during this period of immense vulnerability, allowing her to process her grief without the added burden of immediate financial precarity. These unforeseen shocks underscore that financial independence isn't about distrust in a partner. It's about prudent self-protection in an unpredictable world. It's recognizing that life will inevitably throw curveballs, and having her own financial resources ensures a woman has the tools to catch them, maintaining her dignity and choices regardless of external circumstances. The power of choice, freedom from coercion. The most fundamental aspect of safety that financial independence provides a woman is the power of choice. Without personal funds, choices are often dictated by necessity or coercion. With them, choices become genuine expressions of autonomy and self-determination. The ability to leave an unhealthy or abusive relationship is arguably the most critical safety net. A woman who is financially dependent is often trapped, unable to secure housing, provide for herself or her children, or afford legal assistance. She might endure emotional manipulation, verbal abuse, or even physical violence because the financial alternative seems impossible. Having her own savings, a stable job, or access to funds gives her the immediate means to escape, to rent a safe place, to hire a lawyer, and to rebuild her life away from harm. This isn't about using money as an escape hatch, but as a lifeline for survival and self-preservation. Beyond extreme situations, financial independence grants the freedom to make career and life choices based on passion, not just necessity. A woman with her own money can afford to take a lower-paying job that aligns with her values, pursue further education, start her own business, or even take a sabbatical for personal growth. Without this financial cushion, she might be forced to remain in a soul-crushing job simply because she needs the income, sacrificing her dreams and potential for survival. Her financial security empowers her to seek fulfillment rather than merely subsistence. It also enables her to make independent decisions regarding her family and personal well-being. This can mean deciding to put her child in a specific school that costs more, choosing a healthcare option that is better but pricier, or even simply affording self-care activities like therapy or a gym membership without needing approval. When she has her own money, these decisions are hers alone, free from financial gatekeeping by a partner or family member. This contributes to her overall mental and emotional health, reducing stress and fostering a sense of control over her own life. Ultimately, financial independence is about autonomy. It means a woman can live her life on her own terms, making decisions that genuinely reflect her values, desires, and needs, rather than being constrained by economic dependency. This fundamental freedom is the cornerstone of true safety, allowing her to navigate the world not as a reliant party, but as a sovereign individual. Beyond survival, investing in herself and her future, while safety is the primary driver, having her own money also empowers a woman to invest in herself and secure a more prosperous future, moving beyond mere survival to thriving. Investing in her own education and skills becomes a realistic option. Whether it's pursuing a master's degree, attending professional development courses, or learning a new skill, personal funds allow her to continuously upgrade her capabilities, making her more resilient in the job market and opening new opportunities. This ongoing investment in human capital is crucial for long-term financial security and career satisfaction. She also gains the ability to contribute to her own retirement and long-term financial planning. Women often have longer life expectancies and may face unique challenges in retirement if they've taken career breaks or earned less over their lifetime. Having personal savings, investments, and retirement accounts ensure she has financial security in her later years, reducing the risk of poverty in old age and granting her continued independence. Furthermore, independent funds allow a woman to support her family and loved ones on her own terms. She can contribute to her children's education, support aging parents, or assist siblings without having to ask for permission or justify her choices to a partner. This ability to give freely, out of her own generosity and financial capability, is a powerful expression of love and care, fostering a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose. Lastly, financial independence enables a woman to pursue personal passions and hobbies, which are vital for mental well-being and a rich life. Whether it's travel, a creative pursuit, or a philanthropic endeavor, these activities enrich her life, contribute to her identity outside of her roles, and often lead to new avenues of growth and connection. They are not mere luxuries, but essential components of a well-rounded and joyful existence, made possible by having her own financial means. Breaking the cycle, a legacy of empowerment. The decision for a woman to prioritize her financial independence has ripple effects that extend far beyond her individual life. It has the power to break intergenerational cycles of dependency and foster a legacy of empowerment for future generations. When mothers, aunts, or grandmothers demonstrate financial autonomy, they provide a powerful role model for younger women and girls. This also fosters financial literacy and open conversations about money within families. When women are actively involved in managing their finances, discussions about budgeting, saving, investing, and financial planning become more commonplace and less taboo. This destigmatized money talks and equips both boys and girls with essential life skills, preparing them to navigate their own financial futures with confidence and competence. Ultimately, by securing their own financial safety, women contribute to a more equitable society. As more women achieve financial independence, they gain greater collective power to advocate for systemic changes, challenge discriminatory practices in the workplace, and promote policies that support women's economic empowerment. Their individual safety coalesces into collective strength, creating a ripple effect that benefits all women. Conclusion: beyond ambition towards true freedom. A woman's pursuit of her own money must no longer be seen through the narrow lens of mistrust, ambition, or ego. It must no longer be questioned, criticized, or romanticized only when it serves someone else's comfort. It must be recognized, honored, and protected for what it truly is: a quiet, powerful, and deeply necessary act of self-preservation. In a world that remains volatile and uncertain, where laws can fail, relationships can turn, and unexpected crises can uproot entire lives, the ability for a woman to stand on her own financially is not just smart, it's sacred. It is a baseline, a shield, a vote of confidence in herself. Her own money is not a backup plan for a failed relationship. It is the foundation of her voice, her options, her safety, and her peace of mind. For centuries, women were denied the right to own land, open bank accounts, inherit wealth, or even work in certain fields. The idea of a woman having her own was once illegal. Even today, in many parts of the world, and even in some modern relationships, this independence is met with suspicion or discomfort, but it's time for a cultural rewrite. Because when a woman has her own money, she's no longer forced to stay where she doesn't feel loved, respected, or safe. She can say no without fear. She can say yes without pressure. She can leave not out of bitterness, but out of dignity. And perhaps most importantly, she can stay because she wants to, not because she has no choice. So no, this isn't about ambition for ambition's sake. It isn't about building walls or rejecting love. It's about creating a strong enough foundation so that love is a choice, not a survival strategy. Her financial independence is her quiet power, a power that allows her to breathe more freely, to rest more peacefully, and to live more fully. Are we ready to stop framing her independence as rebellion? Are we ready to recognize that when a woman seeks her own income, what she's really seeking is safety, sovereignty, and the right to live without fear? Because this conversation can no longer be about whether a woman should have her own money. It must now be about why she ever had to ask for permission. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.